Welcome to my YouTube channel Physics Numericals. Learn how to solve numericals using the concepts and solve it in an easy way. Today in this video, I will solve a numerical based on the concept, the principle of conservation of energy. So, what is the principle of conservation of energy? According to this principle, the total energy of an isolated system does not change. अगर कोई आइसोलेटेड सिस्टम है तो उसका टोटल एनर्जी हमेशा कंजर्व्ड रहेगा, वह चेंज नहीं करेगा, बिकॉज एनर्जी कैन नाइदर बी क्रिएटेड नॉट बी डिस्ट्रॉयड. What happens? There is transformation. There is always transformation of energy into various forms. One form of energy gets converted into another form. We know the universe as a whole can be treated as an isolated system. And what happens here, that the total energy of all kinds in this universe remains constant at all times. The energy, one part of the universe loses energy, some other part of the universe would gain an equal amount of energy. इसलिए the total energy किसी भी isolated system को अगर हम consider करें तो उसमें जो total energy होगा वह change नहीं करेगा, that will remain constant. So this is the principle of conservation of energy. So let's solve a numerical based on this concept. A rubber ball falls on a floor from a height of 19.6 मीटर. एक हाइट 19.6 मीटर पे एक रबर बॉल है और वहाँ से वह गिरता है. कैलकुलेट द वेलोसिटी विथ विच इट स्ट्राइक्स द ग्राउंड. और वह बॉल जो है वो ग्राउंड को स्ट्राइक करता है. एक हाइट है 19.6 मीटर पे एक बॉल है और वो गिरता है और वो स्ट्राइक करता है ग्राउंड को. And we have to find the velocity with which it strikes the ground. To what height will the ball rebounds if it loses 25% of its energy on striking the ground? जब वो बॉल इस ग्राउंड को स्ट्राइक कर रहा है फिर वो रीबाउंस करता है, लेकिन इस बार क्योंकि उसने एनर्जी लूज़ किया है, 25% एनर्जी लूज़ हुआ है, इसलिए जो हाइट वो पहले था, पहले वो सपोज दिस वन इज h1 इज इक्वल टू 19.6 मीटर. नेक्स्ट टाइम आफ्टर स्ट्राइकिंग द ग्राउंड the height to which the ball will reach will be different. Suppose it is h2. So we have to find that height that up to which the ball will rebound. So यहाँ पर हम लोग को फाइंड करना है कि वेलोसिटी क्या होगा जिस वेलोसिटी से वह स्ट्राइक करेगा ग्राउंड को, एंड हाइट, सेकेंड हाइट क्या होगा जो बॉल रीबाउंस करने पर के बाद अचीव करेगा. Now let's solve. First we will write what is given in the question. It is given, suppose the first height is h1, जिस height पर वह बॉल है रखा हुआ, that is 19.6 मीटर. लॉस ऑफ एनर्जी, जब बॉल स्ट्राइक कर रहा है ग्राउंड को तो लॉस ऑफ एनर्जी जो हुआ है वो है 25%. और हम लोग को ये फाइंड करना है कि velocity with which the ball is striking the ground. We have to find this velocity and we have to find the second height h2 up to which the ball will reach when it rebounds on striking the ground. Now what happens? Because of due to the principle of conservation of energy, the energy possessed by the body when it was at a height of h1, that energy is known as potential energy, that is possessed, that the body which is at a height of 19.6 meter, that time the body is possessing potential energy, which we can calculate by using the formula mgh1. Now that potential energy gets converted into kinetic energy, and that we can calculate by using the formula half mv square. This v represents the velocity with which the ball will strike the ground. So we will equate these two equations, that is, on striking the ground, potential energy is equal to kinetic energy. Potential energy possessed by the ball will get converted into kinetic energy, and we can use this formula mgh1 is equal to half m v square, and by solving this we can find out the value of v, that is the velocity with which the ball will strike the ground. Here we have half m v square is equal to mg h1. Let us put the values. The mass of these m will get cancelled, and from here we can put value of g as 9.8, h1 is equal to 19.6, and from here we get v is equal to root under 2 into 9.8 into 19.6, and by solving this we will get v equal to 19.6 meter per second. So this is the velocity with which the ball will strike the ground. So we can see here that we have used the principle of conservation of energy to find the velocity. Now, as the body loses 25% of its energy, so the energy, final energy that the body will have, final energy on striking the ground, that will be with the ball, will be equal to 75% of initial energy. Because it loses 25%, so what left? 75% of initial energy is left with the ball. So final energy possessed by the ball will be equal to 75% of initial energy. Now initial energy is, we know initial energy is mgh1, that is the potential energy possessed by the ball when it was at a height of h1. Now when the ball rebounces and reaches a height h2, now this one h1 height, at this height the body was having the potential energy equal to mg h1, that gets converted into kinetic energy. Now again it loses some energy, so it has some final energy which is equal to 75% of mgh1. Now this energy will get converted to the potential energy that the ball will possess when it is at a height of h2. So again there is transformation of energy. This final energy gets converted into potential energy. So we can equate these two to find the final height h2 that the ball will attain when it rebounces. So equating these two, mg h2, this is the potential energy that the ball is having when it rebounces and reach a height h2, and this is equal to the final energy that we calculated, that is 75% of mg h1. This 2 will get cancelled, this was g also. This means h2 is equal to 75% of h1, that is 19.6 meter per second. Sorry, 19.6 meter. Now after solving this we will get h2 is equal to 14.7 meter. So this is the height which the ball will attain when it rebounces. So we can see here that the principle, we have used the concept of principle of conservation of energy to calculate velocity and height. Thank you.